Okay, we are going.
We are recording.
Yes.
We are not live. We are recording.
We're not
Perfect.
live. We're recording.
Okay, perfect. Well, I like to get this out of the way. First, we are recording on Memorial Day. So this is the day that we remember those who gave their life in defense of our freedom. So just as you go about your day, about that, yeah, be grateful for where we are and those who helped get us there. Kind of the intro there to start off of that. And we'll kind of swing back around because I feel it ties pretty well in with something else we're talking about today. But let us head straight to the prompt, shall we? Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Perfect. I like how you're trying to contain yourself. Perfect. Okay, so our the question I posed in Discord this week was, what is your ultimate hobby goal? And I had 5, but only 3 people cared about. So that's cool. But I'll just go through them real quick like I did last time. Content creator, 29%. These are people that want to ultimately be someone that provides.
You asked the question.
What's that?
Did you ask the original question?
What is their ultimate hobby goal?
Okay, that's
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that's
What
the
is the
original.
ultimate?
Yeah. What's your ultimate hobby goal? And 29% said they want to be content creators. They want to have stuff on YouTube and have Patreons and be supported that way. And I know we have a lot of bat rep people in the group. I know 30K bat reps, they're going to be getting quite popular here pretty soon. Now that Horus Heresy is being released next week. The new box set's being released next week. Yeah. So there's been a lot of Horus Heresy, a lot of 30K content going around the ye old interwebs and hobby sphere. So that's pretty cool.
Different rule set on that. Right?
Yeah, I watched. Oh man, was it Gorilla? I think it was Gorilla War Game Miniature Game. I don't know, one of those things. I'll figure it out. He's really crazy as a content creator. He somehow is able to get the box, have it painted to an extremely high detail, and have a bat rep out before anyone else really knows like there's a new game. It's pretty. He and his crew are pretty awesome. But yeah, and it's a whole different rule set. There's a whole different like scatter effect, and then like ricocheting of things, and the way you run away. They have their own like measurement and explosion type systems.
They have a whole new measurement system.
Yeah, well, they have like different like it kind of brings back the old. Here's your cone measuring device. Here's like, okay, you can lob it from this far to over here, and so from center, here's actual like the impact radius. So they have like their own tools. I mean, I guess, but it is like a harkening back to previous editions, I guess. But yeah, like some of the rule sets were interesting. Nothing like needing to learn a new game. That's why I like painting, because you could just paint and not really care about how the game changes too much. But what does suck is when you play a version of a game and then you paint and you go to play again and the whole game is like Kill Team.
It's different, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they keep changing it up.
Yeah. The whole, I don't know why they did it, but the whole like circle, square, triangle, hexagon thing, that is just dumb.
Yeah. It is.
It's stupid.
Learn your shapes. Or just say. I'm not sure why drawing a circle is. I'm sure somebody who's out there is like, well, technically.
Why? I think it like other games. I don't know if there's Bolt Action or there's another game out there that does that, and it has done it for years and years and years. And it's supposed to be like, oh, so you can break up your movement, but can't you just be like, I can move 6 inches anywhere between here and there? I've broken it up effectively. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. But anyway, so yeah, that's I'm excited to see a lot more 30K bat reps, especially now that Horus Heresy is coming out. Next is prestigious award, either painting or gaming. And we have a lot of fantastic painters in the Discord. A lot of really, really great painters. Like Spacetoy was featured on Cult of Paint. They do a lot of big painting competitions. That's pretty cool. Got him.
Get out of my off five.
Get out of my off five. But no, like Sascha's non-metallic metal is not even like of this world. You have a lot of really big up and comers. Like, I mean, PixelBrush, not even a year ago, was like hesitant to paint a commission, and now he's huge. I mean, now he's a huge commission painter in his area, and it's just pretty cool to see. A lot of people actually joined because of painting competitions, and I mean, ours isn't very prestigious, but you're testing the waters on little competitions where there's not as much pressure, but you still kind of know what you're up against. You still kind of are painting to standards or rules or a deadline, really. That's something not a lot of people are used to.
Yeah.
And one a month is actually kind of a quick turnaround, where a lot of these other big ones, you have the whole year to prepare. Like at the end of this one, they tell you the rule set for next year, so you kind of know what to prep for. So being able to really push yourself in 1 month kind of helps a lot of these people, because it's like, well, we're all under that same pressure, the same deadline.
You got to see pull off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, like, imagine trying to paint for a year, but then like, oh, I want to start in the middle. So someone's already had 6 months more painting.
Yeah.
Then there's always going to be these like, well, what if I had started a month earlier? But so that's kind of cool. I don't know that people have already been winning awards, and that's awesome. I know that the Golden Demon or the Slayer Sword or some of these other bigger conventions, kind of cool to win one of those. I did win a painting competition because I was the only one at the end of it that had like obeyed all the rules and done all the check-ins.
Nice.
Right?
By technicality.
Yeah, I won first, second, and third place. Ooh, it was fantastic.
Wow, all the places.
All of the places, yeah. I would like to say.
And then he retired.
Yeah, obviously.
Then he came out of retirement.
Yeah, you got to get out while you're on top, right? I did a full sweep of the medal ceremony, so I felt really dumb. Well, not like just like meh, you won, yes, because no one else finished. What? What?
Yeah, sucks a little of the wind out of the old yield sails.
Old victory sail, yeah. Yeah, but
your wolves were featured on podcast.
The Warhammer community, they had
not
the
podcast, but the stream.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. They were on there. That was nice. And then same wolves, because those are just the eradicators, I think. Not eradic, the eliminators, my sniper boys. They were on there. And then was it the aggressors? The aggressors that were, I don't know. I think twice. It's happened twice. But the cool thing is that the Greater Space Wolves Commission has won Best Painted a couple times at a couple events. So that's pretty neat. That feels cool, like, and it really feels cool because someone paid to have them painted.
Right.
And so like it kind of validates their decision. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm glad this happened because they won that award, and that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I would love to enter in a competition, but there's just so much other stuff, and I'll figure it out. I'll do one maybe.
Shakes his head no.
Shaking my,
Okay, so you have content creator.
Yep, content creator, 29%.
Yeah.
Prestigious award, 29%.
Okay.
Now, personal enjoyment or stress relief. This is the big one, 42%. the remaining percent. 29, 9. Yes, I did the math. Yes, 42% for personal enjoyment and stress relief. And that's actually really exciting. And that's the people that I kind of wanted to go after with creating the Discord. I
Yeah.
really wanted to go after those that didn't feel they had to pressure themselves, because you can always inspire them to take more risks. It's harder to get someone who's used to pushing themselves to enjoy it for what it is. Because if you lose a painting competition, a lot of people, if you're only in it for the painting
Yeah.
and you lose, you're out. Like, why? It's harder to convince them to push on. But if you do it because you love it, it's easier to kind of like dip your toe into, well, maybe let's now play a game. Maybe let's enter a competition. Let's see what's going on. And kind of, but you can always come back to, I still love it regardless.
Right.
Yeah. And that's kind of where, like, I would continue doing this even if commissions weren't a part of the thing, because it is a lot of fun. I wouldn't be able to justify a lot of the stuff that I have or the purchasing of things, or the, oh no, it fell into my cart. Like
Digitally.
digital cart. Strange. There's a weird glitch on the website and now I own all of the things. So, having that personal enjoyment, and like for me, I enjoy it with my kids too. Like, we really like, they like making their own characters and painting them up, and then we play like little one-off D&D things, or just like if the guys roll some dice. Not even D&D. I don't use any of their rule sets. Just like roll the dice and kill things. Yay! But we just enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. But for stress relief, it's actually kind of a big deal. A lot of people that I've spoken with and know and related to, they deal with some form of depression or over anxiety or something along those lines. And having something there to take your mind off of problems at work, failed relationships, just like personal convictions or struggles, things like that. Something that you can focus that attention somewhere else, really helpful. Like my brother, he struggled with depression for a while, and then he started his Tyranid army. And then orcs. I'm happy because orcs have a lot of fun, like we talked about last time. Orcs are all about having fun and going crazy and being nuts. And
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to see, him chase after something that he just has fun doing. It's not that he pushes himself to paint really well, and that he pushes himself to play tons of games. He just does it to do it.
Right.
And like Lamian Maximus has OCD, and it has impacted his life quite a bit. But when he paints, like, that's one area where he actually utilizes some of that to propel him.
Actually, it can be helpful.
Yeah,
in
I mean-
that scenario, you take it from something that's can be incapacitating in certain scenarios to cool.
Exactly.
Because if there's anywhere that would be good, it would be in painting those little tiny men.
Teeny tiny. And he,
in detail.
for the most part, he does all of like the chapter markings and everything all freehand.
Yeah.
Doesn't use decals, so that's
Monster.
it's crazy. I mean, but it's really, really good. So clean and does a great job. And kind of harkening back to like Memorial Day a little bit. I've lost, I think it's now, since I've been out, it's been 5 Marines that I've served with that I knew personally. Now, unfortunately, and I'm saying this because the reality of life, none of their lives were lost in combat. I say unfortunately because 2 of them were from vehicle accidents or some kind of alcohol related incident where something happened that shouldn't, and then they're no longer here. And then 3 have actually taken their own lives because of depression. And a couple of them were some Marines that actually I was their NCO. Like they showed up to the base, I picked them up, and it was my job to teach them and train them. And so when I heard the news, like it personally impacted me quite a bit because it's like, I have your number. We were talking on Facebook. Like we were here. Why can't why I can help you,
Right.
And so, but just when you have that racking depression and you have that like all consuming depression, it's you can't like control it. You can't put it on a map and be like,
No,
oh,
it's not rational.
right.
And it's pretty, yeah, it's a pretty rough cycle of wanting to separate yourself from people, and then that's your most vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, and like, especially with men, you have this, that's not what a man does. A man shouldn't have emotions like that. A man needs to be providing and manly and tough and strong and all. Like, these are all these things you combat. But then we're also people, and people hurt. People, and I struggled with finding a lot of purpose getting out of the Marine Corps because in the military, everything is about that next rank. Everything is about like how to take care of your people, how to do your job. And, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do a good job because like lives are on the line. And then you get out and like no one knows what a sergeant is. No one cares. Like they see a 22-year-old, 23-year-old person and like you're not old enough for responsibility. Like, dude, I just led like 15, 20 people. Like, you know what I mean? But no one really cares about that. And so if you don't have things like close family, good friends, religion, if you don't have something that kind of you can lean on, I can understand like someone just getting in this weird cycle of just deep, dark depression. And so that's not a great place to be. And, I honestly, I wish that like when I'm thinking about my friends on Memorial Day, it were under different circumstances. I wish that I could just like, I wish I could call my friends on Veterans Day, and instead of thinking about them and the state they must have been in, the mental state they must have been in, for them to be remembered on this day, And so I kind of joined up with Bobby Clark and a lot of really, mostly UK, a lot of other really, really good painters. And for the past few years, Bobby Clark, Red Eagle Studio. Red Eagle. His emblem is a red eagle. I think it's red eagle. Commissioned. Anyway, that's not the important part. Bobby Clark, that's the right name. And the charity is C.A.L.M, Campaign Against Living Miserably. It is a charity that focuses on depression in men and ways to help combat that. And so every year they do like an army theme. They do an army and they kind of split up units or HQs to different people. Like Amphiaris, he was actually a sculptor for GW a while ago. He's like a green stuff god, right? He converts several things for this charity. And you have like Botlight and Ken Backhouse and just on a lot of people that I've interviewed are on here. But so for my part, I'm actually going to be painting up a squad of Zangors. Now, because the army this year is Thousand Suns. Oops. The army is Thousand Suns. Now, as an avid, sorry about that, Space Wolves fan, I kind of want to make them derpy and just say they've been extra touched by the warp. But I also don't want to be like.
But it's also for
a charity.
Charity.
Yeah. And I would hate to be like the person gets this cool army and then they see my squad of Zangors and they're like, oh. And then I just push them further into depression.
Yeah, that'll be.
I don't know. I'll probably try to do a good job. I don't know. I'm struggling with that a little bit, but yeah, I'll paint it up. But yeah, man, a little heavier bit of stuff this week, but
That's why having a hobby can be so important.
yeah,
Getting that time to decompress and focus on something that doesn't have to do with real life issues.
yeah,
Because there's plenty of those.
yeah.
Plenty of those around. So, and of those 5 choices, 2 of which nobody picked,
Yeah.
what would yours be?
Okay. Well,
You want to be a content creator?
I'll do my best. Okay.
Okay.
As Mini Painting Papa, the brand and the group that we have, it's now me, you, and then Rory. This is the group of people that we're combining and doing brand dealer type things. I would like Mini Painting Papa, the brand, to be a content creation brand, focusing mostly on help or on guiding people along or giving them the encouragement to try something new, right? To kind of, if you're a newbie in the hobby, let's steer you away from some things you may not need. Let's steer you toward things that are actually helpful, that kind of stuff. Trevor Lang, the painter, if everything else goes away, I still love doing this. And it is the most important thing that I still enjoy the hobby personally. So it's a little bit better than last time because the first iteration of this podcast, I picked all of them. I did. Someone said pick your battles, and I said I picked them all.
I picked them all.
Yeah, so it's better as a brand, content creator, as a person, personal enjoyment. But it'd be cool to win an award.
Those awards are pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool. Oh man. I don't know. The jury's still out, let's just say. The jury's still out. Yeah. Well, so I guess we can talk about like stuff that we're doing for the hobby this week or like recently, I've been talking for the entire time. So let's talk about something that you recently picked up and kind of where you see that going and what excites you about that project.
Yeah, against my better judgment, I was encouraged to.
I pushed him.
I picked up a Gundam model, and I used to, way back in the day, Endless Waltz was like one of my favorite movies back in the olden times, and I've always loved Gundam stuff. And so I picked up a classic Gundam model. I can't remember the model name.
Go get it.
Oh yes, the RX-78-2.
Obviously.
Pretty much your standard vanilla Gundam. If there's any Gundam fans out there. Mind right? Standard.
Standardly awesome.
He looks like the standard Gundam.
Again, lore nerd
yeah,
here.
Lore. I'm not a massive Gundam weeb. I like them, but I don't only.
They're just cool.
It's more historical. Growing up watching Gundam. So, but anyways, yeah. So we got that model, and I sure. What am I gonna do with it? I definitely want to light up the eyes. Like doing that. The wiring and the lighting. Then we may do some green stuff battle damage and try to.
Sure.
How do you say that?
Yeah.
How do you make Den sound cool? No, make it look like he's been through it.
Yeah.
He's not all.
Well, and there's some pretty. I like these kits because they're like dynamic. You can pose them however you want.
Yeah.
And we saw all kinds of cool like dynamic pose kits for making it look like they're jumping or flying or fighting another Gundam, and so that's pretty cool. I think.
Yeah. Well, Gundam's been around for so. They have their own Gundam pencil lead.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you use.
For drawing sketches of Gundams, I guess, or I don't know.
I think it has something to do with the model.
Yeah.
Again, Gundam fans. What?
No. All comments are gonna be just like, get him off of here.
Yeah. That's why I'm definitely in the hobby realm.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It should be fun.
Yeah.
I haven't done something like that. So.
Well, and Gunpla is like a next level of just hobby. Like, because there's modelers and painters and stuff like that, but seeing some of the, like, even just like the Gunpla TikToks, how they use like micro protractors or compasses to make perfect little circles that are like exhaust ports on there, or like like they can be pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's a pretty crazy world to get in. And this is a kit. It's the RG real grade, realistic grade. It said on there, and it's literally right here in front of me.
It says excitement embodied.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Not for me.
It's true.
I'm excited.
Nothing. My whole body feels the excitement. Real grade, RG, real grade. Okay, because there are some kits out there that's like, I mean, they're hundreds of dollars for a guy. They're impressive.
What would that be like for extra?
Super hyper ultra mega grade.
Mega grade.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's official too. So even if official Gundam fans tell you differently, don't listen to them. Listen to me. I've been painting for 3 years. I've never done Gunpla, so you should listen to me. No, I played as Gundams when they came out as kits. Like those really soft plastic kits and like the sockets and everything that pop out. And I had tons of those. And I would get kits that like mix and match the pieces.
Oh yeah.
And make my own. Like they were Transformers. And people were like,
that's savage.
That's a little bit wrong.
I had those same things, and I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do it now.
It would just be ugly.
Well, yeah. No, I wanted I wanted a chain whip from this guy, and I wanted this dude's like spike boots. Yeah. And yeah, it just looked horrendous.
You're a rebel.
Yeah. It's the same. When I see my son play with Legos now, like to a point where I can't watch him. He loves disassembling everything, even like the characters, to the point where their heads are here and takes their hands out of their torsos and their arms off. Like, son, Lego should not be like that. No, you have sets, and that set has this guy in it, and then this guy rides that motorcycle in this direction.
Wrong.
That's it.
Dragon Knight rides a shark that's in a spaceship.
Obviously, with 4 different sets of arms.
Yeah.
Okay, and I love Boba Fett. Boba Fett is my favorite. And so a couple years ago, I got a Boba Fett Lego set that had Boba Fett, Han Solo, and then you put him in a thing, and you twist the little turning, and he goes into carbonite, right? Baller. And it got like the weird pig people. Yeah. Not the Gamorrean pigs. They're really short, look like pink pigs with like white hair.
Yeah, the ones in like Sky City.
Yeah.
Cloud City.
The clouds in the sky.
Lore.
Yeah. We're all about the lore here. I'm excited for our first t-shirt where it's
all about the lore.
Sky City, and it's like the Death Corps of Blood Angels. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be some of my stuff.
Horus and a Gundam.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's all about the lore.
It's all about the lore. And then just like all the classic.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk from Star Wars.
Obviously.
It'll be great.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll love it. So I, as a big step, showing love for my son, I took the assembled Boba Fett set kit out of the box and I gave it to him.
It wasn't for him.
No, I bought it for myself and I assembled it and then I put it in a box, like a acrylic box, so I could see it and it didn't get touched. And I was a big grown-up man and I was like, okay, son, here you go. Immediately, I cleaned up a little bit in my office, went upstairs, and Boba Fett was in like 15. I
There's only
said,
like 10.
I
So
know.
that's
I'm like surprised. So, okay, son. So I grabbed Boba Fett and I reassembled him and I said, you can do everything else but Boba Fett. Stay as Boba Fett. He did not stay Boba Fett. I found his helmet on the floor the other day and I put it in my pocket and it's still in my office. Like, my son does not have a Boba Fett helmet because he doesn't deserve the Boba Fett anymore. He's lost that right. He can have everything else, but that helmet stays with me. All right. Oh man.
Well, did you want to talk about at all the kind of ideas for the
Yes.
channel? Like what people would like to see?
Yeah.
Podcast. I mean, and throwing some ideas out there.
Do you want me to talk
Take
more?
your pick. What's
You
that?
want me to talk more?
Talk all you want, baby.
I've been talking all day long. My throat is parched.
Oh yeah, right.
It
Go
could
for days.
It couldn't be this Java Mocha Monster Triple Shot 300 coffee I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, so much better.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not going to run a marathon with my map. No. Pause. Redirect. Okay. Phrasing. All right. Perfect. So yeah, as Logan mentioned, we would love to hear what you guys would like to hear. We'd like to know what you'd like. Yeah, that's better. Hold on.
Get there.
What?
Taking the wow, great. I can't even give a burn without
It's all about the lore, folks. Okay. So we
podcast
as guys
Neither of us can talk.
You know what we should do? A podcast.
Learn English.
What can we not do? Speak.
Sounds
about right.
Perfect. Like a challenge.
I am challenged. Okay. So we would like to know, there we go, what you, the listener, would like us to talk about. Now, it's not just us talking. Ideally, right now it is. Hold on. Ideally, it's just talking, comma. Right now it is. Semicolon.
Stay on target. Captain Kirk.
Keep going.
1995.
Plow ahead. But ideally, ultimately.
It's been like 5 minutes and we haven't said a thing. You haven't said a thing.
It's perfect. They love this. They need this. It's been so heavy at the beginning. We need to lighten it up at the end.
Yeah, well,
we're so light right now. Okay. Ooh. Ideally, we would like to be responding to community-led questions or prompts or things like that. So I will put something in Discord. I'll have a channel. I'll just make it podcast questions or something like that, podcast ideas. And then if something comes up, maybe you heard it from another podcast. Maybe you saw, like, you had a question about, well, hey, what are your thoughts on recasting? That's a tough one. That's a spicy subject.
That's a controversial subject.
Yeah, that's one right there. I mean, we'll tackle it, sure. And thankfully, right now they don't count the number of thumbs downs, right? It just says there's been a thumbs down or two on this video. And interaction is good, so whatever. Might chase that low-hanging fruit again. Nothing like a good old boost to the ratings,
Gotta game the algorithm.
Exactly. Even if it's like you're the most hated YouTube, all you do is ask talk about the terrible, controversial things. It'd be great.
No, but so to clarify, could somebody
Thank you.
ask?
I'm drowning here, treading water.
No, could somebody ask, request, to do an interview with somebody? I mean, at least attempt. Obviously, you can't control whether they say yes or not. Do a live podcast interview.
Yeah.
By live, I mean recorded.
Eventually, we'd like to do live.
Yeah, live would be cool.
Live would be the goal. I mean, it's easy enough to just open up a chat channel in the Discord and maybe chat there. But yeah, that would be a cool idea is having guests on. People, and hey, we're having so and so on here. Do you have any questions for them? Cool. So I have a few of my own questions. The Discord asks these questions. Don't take it out on me. It's their fault. Yeah, so that'd be kind of cool is to get some input on something that you'd like to talk about, maybe questions you have, something that like different techniques, different styles, different gear. Um, Realistically, who are other content creators who make way better stuff, and I'll point you in that direction because there have been people who have been doing this for a lot longer and they're a lot better. And I like creating those connections. I like saying, hey, check out this playlist, check out these people over here. If you're brand new, check this out. If you want to try non-metallic metal, check out this person. If you want to try this, check out that person. Because that's what this Discord and podcast should be about, is helping everybody, helping each other, and establishing this community and growing it. That's why it was started. And I think that should be the goal, is to continue bringing everyone together and then helping move everyone forward. So,
Yeah.
anyway, there's my soapbox rant for 35 minutes, 36 minutes. Is that the number you flashed at me? 35?
Yeah, it was supposed to be low key.
Oh, low key?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
'Cause
mean,
these things have been about 45 minutes.
okay. Well, see, you know me. Low key is not in
No,
my
it's
game.
Nope.
Something awkward happens, let's magnify it tenfold.
Let's point it out
Yeah. Well, I do
and
appreciate
watch it happen.
allowing me to know that it's 35 minutes. Did you have anything to add as far as hobby goals, as far as just, or even like the importance of having a hobby or pushing yourself or incorporating other people in your hobby? Just want to sit there and look beautiful, like it's, because your hobby, I mean, your hobby is not, again, not just mini wargaming, not just tabletop, whatever, like including children in carpentry, woodworking stuff, including them in, like for me and you, we have a lot of kids. So many kids, right?
So many arrows in there.
It's full to bursting, really.
Like you said, maybe I should learn archery.
Yeah, no, at this point, I need the arrows to be effective, right? Yeah, I just have so many. It's like, well, I guess we could just have long toothpicks. I don't, I'm terrible at archery. But like, what would you think? What would you say is important about incorporating kids, something like a hobby or fishing or hunting? Like, because you and your dad, huge avid hunters, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what would you say is a big benefit for, like, including your son hunting? Like, what, how do you see that? How do you see building those memories?
Well, I think what it is, building memory. Took him out, field out back, and set up a little paper plate with him the other day, and let him shoot the Red Ryder BB gun. Used to be my Red Ryder BB gun when I was his age, and he loved it, and just something as simple as going out and spending time shooting at a paper plate with a BB gun. I just made his day. So I think there are aspects of sharing hobbies with kids that lets them know that it's okay to have fun. Dad's not all business 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'd be harder if I did the painting portion because really expensive little models and paint and children.
Yeah.
And glue. It sounds like a disaster, but.
Well, I love it too because, like, Ava, she's really good at painting. Takes her time. She's really, really good at it. She's really careful with everything. She does it in steps, and she asks questions because she wants to get better. She wants to know how, well, can I use different paint? So I actually ended up giving her my first set of like nicer brushes. And then Parker, he still wants it to look cool, but he also likes it to be done. So he, it's a combination of, I want to do really cool stuff, but you have about 15 minutes to get it done.
Get it cool.
Yeah. And if after that, it's like, man, it's all black. Nothing is cooler than an all black. He's just a ninja. Son, that's a treant. Like it's a 9 foot tall, pure black ninja tree. You know. And then Nora, like she breaks everything because it just falls. Like it just drops. And you know, when you're 3D printing resin miniatures from Loot Studios, it's cool. Their detail is incredible and amazing, but it falls and they explode in 1,000 pieces. So that's ruined
how children have
many a night.
Perpetually sticky fingers, yet constantly drop things.
It's one of life's great mysteries.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, it really is. Like, how in the world can you everything in the house be sticky, yet you can't hold on to that textured thing?
That textured child cup.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. On the floor. And then, of course, it was, you know, threaded incorrectly. So the second it lands, it not only splashes a little bit, it explodes and water goes out. Anyway.
Every episode.
Yes. Fun children thing. But no, I loved getting the kids involved with this because it's something that like my dad and my grandpa wanted me to get into the modeling. Like they had model building, not modeling, like with my body. Okay. So I just want to clarify. I don't have the body of a model, okay? Unless it's like the great unclean one. I have that body probably. Yeah, I have that one. No. Or a putrid blight king. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway. But I digress, obviously. No, my dad and my grandpa, they really wanted me to get into like military tanks and stuff like that because they loved doing that. Like when my dad was a kid, he and grandpa built like trains and all the scenery, and then my dad would make the models that go in that. And so they really enjoyed that, but I didn't have the patience when I was younger. And then I was mad that you couldn't play with it. Like you spent all this time, and then I never ever cleaned any mold lines. I never scraped any of the plastic stuff off, so all my stuff looked like garbage.
Well, yeah, it's a model.
It's
not like a Lego Boba Fett, which is definitely
made to play with, but you look at it for enjoyment. But you know, and then I came back around like 20-something years later, and now I love it, and it's cool that my kids are enjoying it too. But you know, I don't know. I think it's important to share your hobby. It's important to share if someone's interested in like my kids, it's a way to invest time doing something you love with people you love. But also important to remember patience and understanding, because sometimes when you're really interested or involved in something and my kids want to get involved also, I'm not very good at like shifting. I'm giving this project my full attention and also being patient with my child, because if I can't give 100% attention to this, it will catch on fire. That's apparently how I view it. Like if I'm not giving this everything, then something terrible is going to happen, and it will all be your fault. So I need to find a way to tone it down a bit. So, you know, life goals. But anyway, I think that's good for today. I think we hit the stuff. I'm really excited to see your Gundam. I'm really excited to see how that turns out, and it's a lot more involved than the models I built growing up. So it's pretty cool. I like the cool skeleton aspect of it.
Yeah, I need to pop it open. What we got in there?
What would be really cool, obviously, lights in the eyes, number one. But do something cool with that sword. If we little LED,
would be cool.
Dealy bop in there. Yeah. So we'll post pictures. I will snap pictures of his project because he's never going to. So I will do it, and I will post it to the Discord. But yeah, if you guys are working on anything cool, come to the Discord, put it in the works in progress or the finished projects, and I would love to talk about it. We would love to talk about how cool your stuff is. I have a very limited knowledge of where these models come from, and so we just like to geek out. Wow, words. We just like to geek out about how cool they look. So yeah, dying. Anyway, that's it from me. Do you have anything?
No,
No.
that's it.
Awesome. Well,
Happy Memorial Day.
yeah. Take some time. I thank those who gave it all. I'm very thankful for their sacrifice and very appreciative. All right, we're out.